Hello, thank you for joining me today. I've got a little fiery sequence today to share with you. But we'll start just sitting and taking a moment to come into your body and draw in all the energy that you have probably been throwing around all day. Um, so just take a moment, come to a comfortable seat. Make sure your spine is as straight as it can be. If you need to sit on a blanket or a block, to make that happen. You just bring your hands to your knees and take some slow breaths here. Now we're going to do just a few quick rounds of Kapalabati, which is the breath of fire, the skull shining breath, they call it. So it's a nice way to start a little bit of a more energetic practice to sort of, I think of it as lighting the fire in your belly for the next 40 minutes of practice. So just come to sort of a halfway inhale, and then what you're going to do is exhale forcefully and let the inhale come naturally without really focusing on the inhale. So you're focusing on a strong and forceful exhale coming from your belly. So it looks like this. So come on and join me in that breath. You'll do 20. And then once you've reached your 20th, just exhale all the air out. Pause. Come back to a normal breath. Just return to your normal breathing here, and then we'll go through one more round like that. On your next exhale, just inhale halfway and come back to the Kapalabati breathing. And on your 20th, exhale all the air out. Inhale and return to your normal breath. Nice. All right, let's start moving our bodies. So come on into hands and knees. We're going to go through some cat-cow here. Okay. All right. So just flowing through, inhaling, looking up. Exhale, looking down at your belly button, arching the back. Inhale, looking up, tailbone to the sky. Exhale, arching. Inhale, look up, tailbone up. Exhale, slowly vertebrae by vertebrae, arching, angry cat. If it feels good here, you can look over your left shoulder, get some side stretching in. Bring your toes to the left side of your mat, looking over your left shoulder. Whatever movement feels good in your body. So throughout this practice, if there's ever anything that doesn't feel right, obviously you know your body better than I do from here. So please listen to your body. Take any breaks you need, skip anything you don't want to do. Yoga is about creating your own practice. Let's do bringing your left hand in front and your right leg back, finding a little balance here. See if you can lengthen through the crown of your head, finding a slight pow in the spine, a little arch. See if you can get your leg and your hand a little bit higher. You can hold here or bend your right knee, coming back with the left hand. See if you can grab the ankle or the top of the foot and press into it. A little back bend here, heart opening. See if you can square your shoulders to the ground as much as possible. Beautiful stretch. Coming back down. Go through one more cat-cow here, even it out. Bringing the right arm forward, left leg back. Finding your balance here. Engaging the core. Looking forward. You can see if you can get your hand and your foot just an inch or two higher, finding a slight back bend. And if you did on the other side, go ahead and bend your left knee, reaching back with your right hand, grabbing the foot, and finding a deeper back bend. Nice, release. We are going to wake up the wrists a little bit now, so bring your fingers back towards your knees. Feel a nice stretch through the front of your forearms and your wrist here. You can do little circles. One direction, switching directions. Now, flipping the hands back around, take one hand and just point your fingers back towards your knees and come to the top of the hand here. So that can be a bit intense to do on both hands at once. That's why for this, keep one hand palm down. But you can bring a little bit of weight into the hand that's on the back. And if it feels good, just start leaning back a little bit, getting a nice stretch through the forearms. It doesn't require a lot of movement here to feel something in that wrist. And switch sides. Let's go ahead and come back onto your toes. So let's tuck the toes under, make sure all 10 of your toes are tucked under, including that little pinky. We're gonna wake up the toes here. You'll see that in this pose, feels like nothing to begin with, but in a minute, your toes will start talking to you. So bring your hands forward in front of you, and let's bring the left arm under the right, coming up into eagle arms, twisting. See if you can find that stretch through your upper back here. Looking down. See if you can raise your palms a little bit higher to the sky. Breathing through the upper back. And release. Switch sides. Bringing the right arm under the left this time, palms together. Breathing deeply into the upper back. And release, and keeping the toes tucked if it's okay still. Bring your hands in front of you. See if you could send energy out through your fingertips. really focus on feeling electricity. I feel like when you really focus on it, you can actually feel the energy coming out of your hands. Make sure that they are not just flopped. Now make a tight fist. Energy out, tight fist. We'll just flow through those two spaces, starting to pick up the pace. See if you can relax your shoulders. You don't need tension in your shoulders or your neck for this. You're just gonna start feeling it in your hands, your forearms, some new muscles that you had forgotten about. Keep going. Notice what happens when things start to get a little uncomfortable. Something to notice throughout your yoga practice. Where does your mind go? And release. Nice. All right, let's bring our hands down, back into tabletop and pressing back into your first down dog of the day. Deep breath here. Pedal up the legs. Whatever feels good. Come to the tops of your toes if you need to counter stretch what we were doing before. Breathing here in down dog. Coming forward into plank. Wake up our core. We're gonna hold this plank for a minute. So again, one of the things I love about yoga is that when you start challenging yourself, you have nothing to escape to. So, you know, in normal life, when you feel bored, you can pull out your phone. Often you can escape uncomfortable situations, but in yoga, when you feel yourself challenged, you just have to notice. Notice how you cope with it, where your mind goes, what stories you're telling yourself in those situations. Keep holding your plank here for another moment. Rock a little bit back and forth. And we're gonna lower all the way down to your belly. Untucking your toes, bring your elbows under your shoulders here for Sphinx. Now, see if you can tuck your tailbone a little bit in this Sphinx pose. We're going to continue with that tuck from your core and see if you can lift up your hips. And if you can, lifting up your knees and just coming to the tops of your feet, holding plank for a moment and coming down. So we're gonna flow through that. If you need to leave your knees down and just lift the hips, make sure that the movement is coming from your abs and your core and that your tailbone is remaining tucked so you don't have to strain on the lower back here. Just flow through that. Exhale, coming up. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Exhale, tops of the feet, core engaged, Sphinx. Two more times. Exhale, core engaged. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale. And back into Sphinx. Very nice. All right, tucking the toes, bringing the hands back under your shoulders. Press back into downward facing dog. Sending your tailbone to the sky, bend your knees, looking forward. Step your feet to the front of the mat. Forward fold here. First forward fold of the day always feels pretty good. Inhale, look up.
Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Flow through that a few times. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting half bow. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping back into plank. You can drop your knees here, lowering knees, chest, and chin, coming up through low cobra. Exhaling back into downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Looking forward, bend your knees, stepping your feet to the front. Forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Go through once more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, planting the hands. Now you can do knees, chest, and chin, or you can flow through your chaturanga, upward facing dog, and back into down dog. Looking forward, bend your knees, stepping to the front of your mat. Hold. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's bring our toes together to touch now, and we'll go into our chair pose. So touching the floor, bending deeply back into your chair. Inhale, bringing your arms up. See if you can keep the knees as they were. Looking up, out towards the tip of your nose. You can sit down a little lower. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping back into plank. Flowing through your Vinyasa. Bring your right leg to the sky. Knee to nose, stepping it through. Bring your back heel down, left toes point to the left corner of the room. Try to square your hips to the front of the mat, bending deeply in the front knee, arms come up, warrior one. Inhale here, and we'll exhale into warrior two. Back leg comes parallel to the mat, looking out over your front fingertips. Go ahead and reverse your warrior. Bring your left hand down to your left thigh or shin. Breathe through, bending deeply in the front knee. When you're ready, side angle, right leg, elbow comes to right knee, left arm up overhead. Left arm back, reversing once more. And flowing through, plant the foot, step back, move through your Vinyasa here, back into downward facing dog. Left leg comes to the sky, left knee to nose, left leg to the sky, left knee to nose, step it through, warrior one. On the left side. Looking up if you can, bending deeply, and then when you're ready, coming into warrior two. Turn around to face you. Look out over your left fingertips. Breathe here, exhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand comes down to right leg, left arm up overhead. Keeping the deep bend in your front knee. Side angle, left elbow to left knee. Back, reverse. And coming down, framing your front foot, flowing through. And back into downward facing dog. Looking forward, bend your knees, step or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up through to center. Alright, we'll flow through again. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Stepping back, flowing through. Right leg to the sky. Right knee to nose. Right leg to the sky. Right knee to right elbow. Right knee to the sky. Right knee to left elbow. Leg to the sky, and now step through. Back into warrior one. Interlace our hands behind the back here. See if you can find that opening through the chest. Looking to the sky. You can have a slight back bend here. Send your hands towards the ground. And on an exhale, we'll fold over front leg. Your hands can drop to the floor, over your head. Humble warrior. Very nice, coming up. Hands come up. Warrior one, exhale. Opening up again into warrior two. Reverse your warrior once more. Right arm overhead. Exhale. Back into warrior two. We're gonna come into half moon so you can find a little launch off of your back foot onto your front foot. Find your balance, bringing your right arm about a foot in front of your right foot. Left leg comes parallel to the ground. Left arm to the sky. Find your drishti, your focal point, to keep that balance. Really see if you can open your hips up to the left side of the room as if you were up against a wall. Finding length through the crown of your head. Very nice. Bend deeply into the front leg. Coming back to warrior two. Let's flow through. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Left leg comes up. Left knee to left nose. Left nose, haha. Left knee comes up. Left knee to left armpit if you can. Get it as high as possible. Back up. Left knee to right armpit. Back up. And stepping through. Coming into your warrior one on the left side. Interlace your hands behind your back this time the awkward way. Opening again through the heart. Exhale, folding over the left leg here. Humble warrior. And coming back up. Open up into warrior two. Reverse your warrior here. Back through center, and now coming up off of the right foot, finding balance on the left foot. Left hand comes about a foot in front of the left foot. Half moon pose on the left side. Length through the crown of your head, from the crown of your head down to your toes. Flexing your right foot. And bending deeply back into warrior two. Exhale and flow through. your vinyasa or skip it. Back in downward dog. Looking forward, we will step or hop to the front of the mat. Coming into chair pose, the front of your mat. Hands to heart center. Looking over your left shoulder, bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, keeping that deep bend, that deep chair pose. See if you can make sure your knees stay aligned, square. The twist should be coming from your mid-spine, your thoracic spine. Hips can stay square as well. Again, notice what's going on when it gets challenging. See if you can sit a little deeper. Back up through center, stay in your chair, sit deeper, hands to heart. Left elbow outside of your right knee, twisting to the right side. And back through center again, sit deeper and forward fold. Nice, inhale, arms come, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to heart. Find your Tadasana here for a moment. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping back into plank. Again, your vinyasa. And back into downward facing dog. Bring your left leg up this time. Stepping it to the outside of your left hand. And if you want to drop your back knee here, you can do that. We're gonna come into lizard. So if you wanna come, bring your elbows to the mat, if you can, if you wanna put them on a block, whatever feels right. If you wanna lift your back knee, you can do that. Just feeling a nice opening through the hips here. And bring your forearms to the ground if they're not, and if you can, lift your back knee, bringing weight into your forearms. See if you can just lift your left foot up and send it back. So you're in forearm plank. Holding forearm plank here. You can get a little straighter from your heels to the crown of your head. Very nice, lowering into Sphinx. We'll come all the way down here. Bringing your forehead to the mat. Bringing your arms in front of you, and if you can here, we're going to lift the arms and the legs. Engaging back muscles. Try not to strain your neck. See if you can find length through the back of your neck. While lifting your feet just another inch higher. Arms another inch higher. And release. Make a little pillow for your head with your hands. Rest your forehead down. All right, pressing back through to downward dog. Stretching here. Finding that, bring your right leg up this time. Sit forward for lizard. Right side. You did on the other side. You can drop your back knee, bring your elbows down. Breathe here. Planting your forearms down. If you can, lift your back knee. see if you can lift your right foot and send it back into forearm plank here. Holding again. You can really engage your core here. The Ula Bandha, Liana Bandha, core locks. Breathing, always breathing in yoga. And lowering into Sphinx. And all the way down. If you want to repeat what you did previously, the Superman, you can do that. Or if you would like to take a bow pose, you can bend your knees, reaching back for tops of your feet, pressing into your hands, looking up, finding your back bend here. Come up 1 more inch and release. Into our windshield wiper your legs side to side here. That feels good. And coming back into child's pose. Left arm comes to meet the right for a nice side stretch. Switching sides. Very good. All right. Let's come to sit with our feet in front of us now for staff pose. If you want, sometimes I like to put a little blanket under my sit bones here, just so that you can really find the length in your spine. This is really, for me, it's a very active pose, maybe just because I have really tight hamstrings, but to sit in an erect L, it actually takes a little bit of work. So you can bring your hands to your sides here, finding length through your spine. Bring your arms up overhead. And on your exhale, see if you can hinge from the hips, lean forward. And then once you're ready, you can let the spine round, find the forward fold. Coming back up, and bring your soles of your feet together here for butterfly. See if you can spread, open your feet like a book. Take a moment just to give some love to your feet while they're here. Do a little foot massage, noticing each toe, the heel, pressing into the sole of your foot. They do so much work for us. We don't often appreciate them. Oh, on your next inhale, see if you can straighten up, crown of the head to the sky, and folding forward over your feet. Coming up. Reach down and go ahead and lie down all the way onto your back. Keep your knees bent. Bring your right foot over your left knee. Thread the needle here, bringing your whole leg up towards your body. See if you can send your right knee to the side. Send your right knee away from you while you're bringing your right foot towards your chest. Bring your left foot back down to the mat, keeping your right foot on your left knee. Send your left knee down to the left side. If you want, you can kind of send your right knee towards your left feet, pushing it away from you here as well. Getting into some interesting parts of the hip, side body. Coming back up through center. Right foot comes down, left foot over right knee, threading the needle here. Right foot coming down, sending over into that side stretch. Back through center. Bring your feet down. Cross your right leg over the left. And just do a nice stretch here and twist here, bringing your knees over to the left side. See if you can get your right shoulder to the mat, looking over your right fingertips. And through to the other side. Over your left fingertips. Back through center. Coming into happy baby. Before you're finding your final resting pose, you can take whatever you need. And when you're ready, coming down, taking up some space, feet coming wide, arms wide. Just soak in the benefits of the practice. I'm going to read you a poem here while you rest. I am running into a new year, and the old years blow back like a wind that I catch in my hair, like strong fingers, like all my old promises. And it will be hard to let go of what I said to myself about myself when I was 16 and 26 and 36, even 36. But I am running into a new year, and I beg what I love and I leave to forgive me. When you're ready, you can roll over onto your right side, pushing yourself up into a seated position. Breathing here. I hope you can examine some of the stories that we've told ourselves about ourselves as we go through this day, this year. Bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you for taking this time to take care of your body and to learn a little bit more about yourself. Let's take one big deep Om together, exhaling the air out, inhaling. Namaste. Please join me again. Thank you.